officially recording this training because I'm going to put it on YouTube. So for that, I am Alex Erickson. I'm the director of True Life. I'm a dream chaser. We are a family of groups. We've got a star director and multiple other directors in our group. We've got some up and coming directors, and we are growing, y'all. We are growing. It is going to be such an awesome fall season, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. But to grow, we have to know where we're going. And to know where we're going, we have to have specifics. I feel like so often people have this goal or this idea of where they want to go, but they don't know how to get there. And so today, that's what we're going to talk about, is getting to our goals in Scentsy. And that can start as a brand new essential consultant all the way up to achieving superstar director, beyond that, circle of excellence, etc. Right? We have yearly goals, the annual sales and annual mentor. There is always something, no matter what your title is, that you should have your eyes set to, that you should be working towards. But we have to know how to get there, and we have to have a clear understanding of what it is we want, right? Like, we can say we want $100 a month with our Scentsy business. Okay, that's great. But what does that mean? How do we get there? What does that actually look like? Okay. And so today we're going to kind of dive into that. Okay. We're going to be using this action plan worksheet, which you can find this on the workstation. I posted the link to it, but you can find it on the workstation if you just type in action plan. Okay. It's a 2-page, you can print it front and back, and it really helps you understand your main idea with your Scentsy business, your main goal, your main desire. And then it really helps you break it down on how to get there. Okay. But before you can even do that, you have to figure out your why. It sounds so corny sometimes. What is your why, right? Why do you join Scentsy? For me, my why has changed since I joined. When I joined 5 years ago, I joined to have a break from just being a mom 24/7. I joined to make a little extra money to go get my nails and toes done regularly, to go to Target without guilt or without tapping into our family money. And while all those things I still love, and they are still, a very huge part of my reason, my why is a lot bigger now 5 years later. And that's really cool to see the progression of your Scentsy journey happen. And so now my goals and my why is something like to always be present with my boys, not have to be in a position where I'm putting them in daycare or in after school care. Like, I want to be home with them and present with them. I want to be able to save money to buy a house, to make a big payment on a house. I want to be able to have financial freedom. I want to be able to show other people that they can have financial freedoms. There's so many different levels to my why. And I feel like that is a very good point to be, because it's deep and it's rooted, and it's not something that you can just say, oh, well, it didn't work, or, oh, well, I'll pick up a few extra hours and that'll cover it. Right? Like, it's meaningful and it's impactful, and it's something that I work towards even when I don't want to, or even when I'm tired, or even when I'm having a rough day. It's something I still show up and do because I'm deeply rooted in my why. Now, I totally recognize that some people don't join to make house payments and pay off, hundreds of dollars in debt and do all the things. Some people just join for, and I don't want to say just, some people join to get the discount. Some people join to get their nails done. Some people join to pay for a bill. And I think that's just as important. Let that be your why. Let that be the reason you are working towards your business, and allow yourself the permission to let that grow and evolve as your Scentsy business grows and evolves. Okay. But that's step one. That is step one, is just figuring out your why. Okay. And in that, you develop a mission statement with Scentsy, your goal with Scentsy. My mission statement, and I know many others, is that I will be a superstar director, right? That is, my biggest goal that I'm working towards right now in my Scentsy business is I want to be a superstar director. I will be a superstar director. I can promote to superstar director. And using those phrases like I will and I can are very powerful, okay? And you'll notice at the beginning I said I want to, and I had to stop myself and say I can, I will. And just having that shift in mindset is super important. So when you're thinking of your mission statement with Scentsy, right? You have your why, you developed why you're doing this, but how do you relate that to Scentsy? What does that mean with Scentsy? Where's your goal with Scentsy? I will be a superstar director. Okay. That is my mission statement. And that is many of yours mission statement. Y'all's big dream, your big goal is to be at the top, superstar director, right? Have your own organization under you and beautiful things, okay? Now, then when you're diving into this action plan worksheet, it says, okay, what is your mission statement, okay? Or they call it a belief statement. And then it says, where are you today? So today, where are you? What is your title? What are your average numbers, okay? That's important to be real with yourself, right? So for me, where am I today? I am a strong director. I make strong director numbers. I have one frontline director, okay? That is where I am today, the specifics of it, okay? I average 3,000 to 5,000 PRV a month. I have an average of 15 to 30 TWV. I have an average of 90 to 120,000 GWV. Those are where I am today. Okay. But there is a gap between where I am today and becoming a superstar director. And so then you fill in the gap. And this is where being familiar with your compensation plan is super important. I feel like a lot of the times people have these goals and the idea of where they want to go, but they don't actually know how to get there. I see that more often than not, honestly, is that they hear like, oh, you need to promote to lead consultant or star consultants next or superstar consultant or active frontline. And they don't even know what any of it means. And it's because most of the time you're a new consultant, or maybe you haven't dived too much into leadership or compensation plan, and that's okay. But as a business owner, we have to get familiar with that stuff. We have to train ourselves. We have to know where is the next stepping stone. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're taking our main goal is Scentsy, okay, and we are developing, or we're understanding where we are today, and we are understanding what our gap is, okay? The thing that's holding us back from getting to the next level. And then we create a SMART goal to get there, okay? A SMART goal is an acronym, SMART, specific, measurable, meaning you'll know when you get there, achievable, meaning it's realistic, right? Relevant, it goes along with your big goal, it's helping you get there, and time bound. So like you want to put a time on this, okay? And it's okay if you need to adjust, that's completely fine, but you want it to be time bound, okay? So in my position, and we'll go through this for a couple different scenarios too, but in my position, I'm a director, my big goal is superstar director, but the gap is I need more directors. The gap is I haven't even hit star director. So my SMART goal would be I will promote to star director by the end of September 2020. It's specific. I know exactly what I'm going for. It's measurable. When I promote, I know I got there. It's achievable because I'm on the path and I know what I need to do it. It's relevant because that's the next step to get to superstar director, and it's time bound. So I'm going to be doing that by the end of September. Okay, that is considered a SMART goal. And then you break it down further. How do I do that? Right? How do I do that? My PRV is in check. I have my PRV solid. To do that, I need to recruit 2 people a month on average. To do that, I need to develop leaders. To do that, I need to work with my performing teams. To do that, I need to coach my leaders. Okay. And in doing all of that, it's guaranteed, or it's at least upping my odds of promoting to star director. And at that point, as a star director, then I redo my SMART goal for superstar director. But you take it one step at a time, okay? And your timely part of your goal can be up to you. Is it something, for me, it's something I want in the next 3 months. I would say for a month from now, all the way up to a year would fit in that time portion of the SMART goal. Okay. So let's look at it as an essential consultant. Okay. If you look at your compensation plan, you'll see an essential consultant is a brand new consultant. Okay. And on your compensation plan, you're making 20% commission on your sales. And when you promote to certified consultant, that's when you sell 1,000 PRV, you get a raise to 25% commission. Okay. So as a certified or as an essential consultant, your SMART goal, right? So you'll have your main belief statement. I want to pay off debt or pay for my wedding or whatever, right? And where you are now is an essential consultant. And so you go to the next step, which is a certified consultant, right? To do that, you need to sell 1,000 PRV. So your SMART goal would be something like, I will promote to certified consultant by the end of August. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, timely, okay? And then you break it down further. Okay, well, if I need to sell 1,000 PRV by the end of the month, that's about 250 PRV a week. That means that you have to sell 250 PRV a week. So to break it down further, right, because that's just a stat, right? That's just breaking down numbers. To take it further, it's I will host a launch party. I will book 2 parties. I will do a welcome to Scentsy grab bag, right? That is breaking it down and closing the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Okay. And then you're a certified consultant and you're kind of getting sales down, and maybe your sponsor's like, you should probably think about growing your team, right? I know I talk to my certified consultants when I see them performing. I'm like, hey, you should really think about like the next step in Scentsy, growing your team, promoting to lead consultant. Well, how do I do that? Well, you look at your compensation plan and you see what you need to do, right? It's all right here. As a lead consultant, you need to have your 500 PRV in. You have to recruit someone and they have to be active. And together, y'all have to have 1,000 GWV, which is equivalent to 1,333 PRV. Okay. PRV is, or GWV is 75% of y'all's PRV together. Okay. So to see, you look at the compensation plan or you click that earn a promotion tab on your workstation and you can see the gap of where you are and where you need to be, right? But then you come up with a plan on filling the gap, which would be, I want to recruit 1 person a month, because you don't want to be relying on just 1 person all the time. You want to continuously grow your team, right? So your goal would be, I will recruit 1 person a month. I will have 3 parties a month. I will, do my own personal party every month, right? Those would be the action steps that you need to close the gap to promote to lead consultant. Okay. Then you're earning bonuses off your team because you've helped them launch, right? And it goes up and up: star consultant, superstar consultant, director, star director, superstar director. Okay. If you take your big goal and you break it down into bite-sized chunks and you celebrate the small wins in between, when you get to that big win, you, one, have celebrated your business and your friends' businesses and your successes so much that you're just so excited. And 2, you have learned so many skills on your way to director or star director or superstar director, and you have shared that with so many other people. it's super important, guys, that we train ourselves on how to get to the next step. Because if we are just winging it, if we are just expecting our sponsors to literally break it down for you, sponsors are great. Your upline is great. But at the end of the day, you have to understand what you're doing, like really understand what you're doing and what you're going for. Okay. And let me just say, it's okay to focus on being paid at title. It doesn't always have to be, I'm gunning for a promotion. If you are trying to build your business and be stable in your business, it's okay if your goals, I want to be paid at title this month, or I want to be paid at title as a star or a superstar consultant. That's fine. You should always aim to get paid at title. Okay. And grow from there. Okay. Let's see. So does anyone feel like they want to share their belief statement, their big goal, and then kind of where they are in their gap? Does anyone want to be brave and share? Mandy? Okay, go for it, girl.
So my why originally was like, I just want to do more for my family. And now my why is more like, I actually want to pay substantial things off for my family. And so like where I am today, I just promoted to superstar consultant. And so I need to keep my PRV higher, and I need my team's numbers to be higher so that I am paid at title. And I don't want to constantly be like towards the end of the month, like, okay, now we have, we have to get here and we're down here. So I need to find something that can like consistently keep those numbers higher, which is recruiting more. And I'm checking in with my leaders, those who are already lead consultant or certified and have a team, checking on their goals. But I also am like, I have to find that balance of like pushing my team, but like not neglecting my stuff, because I feel like at the end of last month and the start of this month, I was like, what happened? Like my numbers are always like here by now. And I'm like, but I was so focused on my team that I think I need to find like a balance. So my next step is director. And my goal is to do that by September 22nd, because Alex told me star consultant in the spring and director by fall, and September 22nd is the first day of fall. So that is my goal. And part of that goal is getting Alex to star director. So we're working our numbers. And I guess like my gap is, finding like different ways to get my numbers up and not be like, but not be like super stressed out about it and not take away from like my family time. And I don't know, I gotta work smarter. That's all.
Yeah, I love that. And finding balance, especially stepping into leadership, can be interesting because all of a sudden it feels like you are kind of juggling a bunch of pieces. And while it's very fulfilling and it's very exciting and it's very awesome, yeah, like you have to find somewhat of a balance, or what I like are systems, right? So you know that during these times I do this. During this time of the month, I do this. When this happens, I do this. And systems don't have to be big and scary, of course. Like mine are not. Mine are very simple. But I feel like systems help at least make you know or help you understand the direction on where you need to take or what you need to be focusing on. But I will say growing your team is going to be the best thing that you can do. Your front line, you will always want to grow a wide front line, and then encourage them to grow down and wide as well. You're doing great. So I have no doubt that it's going to happen for you. And we can definitely like work on some systems, because I think that would definitely help you a lot. So does anyone else feel like they would like to share their belief and where they are in their gap? Jess, I'm calling you out.
Okay. Um, so right now I'm a lead, and so of course I want to get to that to the next step, and so I am constantly watching my numbers. I know that what I have to do is to expand my team. I kind of have that PRV leg of success more down. Of course, you always want to get higher and higher, but I feel like I've done really well with my PRV in the last few months, and so now it's time for me to build my team. And that means then from there is that I need to constantly have conversations, send out more and more opportunity packs, understand, like, in the back of my mind, I think I've been having a lot of conversations, and so I get kind of down when those immediately bloom, but I know that means that later on down the road that this conversation that I had now will make a difference later, like when maybe somebody is looking for an opportunity like Cincy, and so then they can, oh yeah, I remember talking to her about that. So like for me it's just about continuously talking to people about Cincy. It doesn't matter if it's about selling or joining or hosting. Like that's what I always have to remember, is like for me to get to the next step of anything is to just continue to talk to people about Cincy and not be afraid, like, to share my journey and to be real about that, because I feel like people appreciate that, like when you're being real about that kind of stuff. So for me to be able to add people to my team and to get more and more PRV is to just continuously talk. I mean, eventually, of course, I want to be an SSD. So I have to take those, mini steps there. So is that good enough?
Yes, that's perfect. I
Okay.
agree. I think that's the perfect, solution to that gap is grow your team, make sure your PRV is high. And then as you recruit, find systems for onboarding, getting your new consultant, hitting shooting star, hitting certified, going active, doing the things that we are doing that creates successful business habits. So I think that's perfect, Jess. I also want to put in the plug during our last True Life Tuesday. I kind of like shared my heart with you guys on recruiting only during join specials. And I shared that a lot of the times when we have join specials, we recruit like crazy. And then when we don't have join specials, we tend to not. And I was encouraging you guys to shift your mindset and recognize that our $99 kit is awesome. We have the $59 kit. And let me tell you guys that since our last True Life Tuesday, our group has grown by almost 40 people. Okay? That's incredible. That is so awesome. It's so cool to see you guys recruiting and building your team and subsequently earning promotions and getting your new consultants excited and going and getting their first sales and closing their first parties. It's been awesome. It's been so awesome. I'm so proud of you guys. But I did want to talk with you guys, and I spoke with my team a little bit about this on Sunday, but I want to talk about the value of booking parties and how insanely important booking parties are, because they are, in my opinion, and Cincy's too. Cincy is a party planning business. They are the foundation of your business. They are what's proven to literally grow your business by percentages over percentages every time you do a party. Okay. So let's break it down. Okay. And like right now, just know that I'm not specifically talking in-home parties right now because of this pandemic. I freaking love in-home parties. I will choose to do an in-home party over a Facebook party or a grab bag day after day after day. I love home parties. They are the jam. And when things start opening up, we will dive deep into home parties. Okay. However, right now people are not booking them, pandemic, right? So I'm talking right here, right now with parties, specifically on Facebook parties and grab bag parties. Facebook parties are pretty self-explanatory. I'm sure you guys have all done or been in a Facebook party, okay? It's a group or an event where the consultant shares the stuff and people buy, okay? There's different ways to do Facebook parties. I'm really not going to get into that either. I just want to stick with simple, basic Facebook parties. And then grab bags are for people who are working, go to church, traveling, whatever, you put together a bag of some samples or testers, catalogs, order forms, whatever products that you have that you can lend out, a room spray, a hand cream, whatever. At a minimum, a grab bag could be a catalog and some samples. Okay. Grab bags range from 0 to 100. Okay, but it's basically that you're lending or giving someone samples, catalogs, testers, something to smell, something to look through, and they're sharing it with their friends, family, coworkers, acquaintances, collecting orders. Okay. The result for both of those things is that the person who is opening their network, their friends and family to you, and they're ordering, they get the free and half off products. So it's a win for them because they get their free and half off Scentsy. It's a win for you because you are being introduced to more people. You are getting PRV. You are getting potential recruits, potential hosts, okay, potential VIP customers. Think about it this way. You can spend 30 minutes on a Thursday night doing a live showcase of the stuff you got in your starter kit at a minimum, the stuff you got in your starter kit. And then in your group, you share a few pictures, etc. You spend 30 minutes on your Thursday night and you get 300 PRV, 5 new customers, someone books a party, and someone wants a join packet. Okay. You could have tried half a month to get all of that stuff. Okay. But you did it in 30 minutes on a Thursday night. Okay. So think about parties as the biggest way to grow your network and grow your business. My opinion is if you're struggling in your business, book some parties. Introduce people to Scentsy, show off Scentsy. Okay. And there's things that go with it, right? You have to do your training and your research to book parties. You have to know about hostess coaching, meaning getting your hostess excited, having her personally invite people, share pictures of her favorite things, right? Like there's some legwork to be done. But you guys, parties will help you get your PRV up. It will help you recruit. It will help you book more parties. It will help you keep a calendar full. So if any of you guys are trying to get to the next level, even certified, lead, star, for me, getting to star director, parties are the answer. Parties will open the door to so much more. Okay. So I want to encourage you guys to go book parties. Just try to book parties and work your business and the rest will come. I promise you the PRV will come, the additional hostesses, referrals, join conversations, it will all come. But if you can expand your network with parties, I think that you'll be very happy with just how quickly your business can grow in a short amount of time. I promise you, if you can book 3 parties for this month, that your business will be at least 10% better than it was last month, if not more. So I would say just go for it, especially if you're a new consultant, because you have so many people that you would be introducing to Scentsy. Start with your own launch party. Start with your own launch party, hype your people up in your VIP group, let them know, I'm going to do a formal little intro to Scentsy. Come join me at 7 p.m. Here's my link to order, or I'm closing an order on this day, whatever. Showcase the stuff you got in your starter kit. Business supplies included. You got a full bag of testers. You got all these catalogs. You got this training guide, this new warmer, this new fragrance flower, all these fun things. Share that with your people and watch. They're going to fall in love. They're going to order. They're going to buy the things that you're showcasing. I promise you that. So that's kind of what I really wanted to talk to you guys about tonight was kind of creating your belief statement, creating that, big goal of what you want out of your Scentsy business and why you want it. And then breaking it down into specific and measurable action steps. And to do that, you really have to understand the gap and what you need to bridge that gap to get there. And a lot of the times, you guys, it's PRV and sponsoring. PRV and sponsoring. There's this thing called the 3 legs of success. It says when you focus on PRV, then you can move on to focusing on sponsoring. And PRV and sponsoring should always be strong points in your business. And when you are really good at PRV and when you are good at sponsoring, you will then have content to train your team on. You will then have systems to train your team on. And so training is very important, but you can't train until you have worked on PRV and you have worked on sponsoring. And most of the time to get to these next levels in Scentsy, it's PRV and sponsoring. Okay. So do you guys have any questions? Does anyone want to share, their goals or need clarification on compensation plan, levels, new consultant stuff, goals? Because I definitely want to give the opportunity to ask any questions while we're all kind of here and can help.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
I didn't have, okay. Well, in the past, it's going on 3 years that I've been a consultant. So in the past 2 years, I've been just working on my sales, not a real good system. I've had a team come under me. Right now, I think we're 13, but I can't get my team excited to join, the meetings. And I think they're missing a lot of what can happen with this business because they're not really getting involved. But I think I was spending a lot of time trying to coach them, and I was letting my business go. So recently I just started really concentrating on my business. And I'm noticing the following up. The customers are coming. They're getting a little more excited, and so I guess I wasn't really concentrating on myself, and I was trying to help everybody else, but I don't think they wanted to be helped at this time. So right now I don't want to leave them just hanging and not do anything with them, but I'm noticing that my business is starting to boom a little. But I want to help them, but I don't know, how to really get started and how to really get them excited about the business.
Yeah, Norma, that's so normal. It's so normal. It's what Bree and I call the very first leadership woe. It really is. It's the very first thing leaders run into. I know I've talked to Jessica about it. I've talked to Mandy about it. I've talked to Kat about it. It's unfortunately a part of leadership that you see the potential and you want it for them, and they can do it, but they don't do it, and they don't show up, and they're not as invested as you. And you know what? It's normal. Unfortunately, it's normal. They say 1 out of every 10 consultants see the vision. 1 out of every 10 consultants are going to work it. Okay. And you have a team of 13. So at this point, you might have 1 consultant on your team who sees the vision. And of course, if there's more, then that's great. That's totally wonderful. But at this point, there is a potential that there's only 1 consultant on your team that sees the vision, maybe 1.5, right? And that's normal. And I think as leaders, we're hard on ourselves for that because we want so badly for it to work. But let me tell you, your personal business is always the most important. It is always the most important. You always want to make sure that your PRV is in check. You always want to make sure that you're front loading, that you're having recruiting conversation, that you're sending out join packets. If your team wants it, I'm trying not to step on toes here, but the fact of the matter is that people who see the Scentsy vision, it's not going to be solely because you're coaching them along the way. They're going to see it and they're going to be motivated to dive into it. And that's not to say they can't change their mind later. And it's not to say that with right coaching, a teammate can go to the next level, because that's absolutely true. But I have learned and I have shared that when this happens, you just go find new people. You'll still love your team. right? But you walk with the walkers and you run with the runners, and you stay running with the people who are running with you, and the people who are working with you, and the people who, when you recommend trying this or that, or maybe stepping into this, they do one of those three things, or they try something new, right? If you're coaching and giving advice or suggestions, and then they show up for a coaching call the next time and they haven't tried anything, that's a really good indicator to you that you just need to stay focusing on your business, try growing your front line, getting new people, excited people. So that's one part of it. Another part of it is, sometimes you do have to look inward at yourself and saying, am I doing something wrong? Could I do something differently? I don't want to say wrong. I don't think wrong is the right thing because you're showing up, but could you do something differently? Okay. I personally believe, and Norma, I hope you're okay with me saying this, but I personally believe that when you have a smaller team and a less active team page, that you will find more success posting your content on a bigger page for your team to see that what you're saying is valuable. Because the people who are working their business, they're going to be like, thank you, that's awesome. They're going to be asking questions, right? And so your teammates will be seeing that and be recognizing oh, wow, that was pretty good. Look at all those people commenting on it, right? Our team page is awesome. The True Life page is amazing. There's so much content in there. And so I'm not saying abandon your team page, but I do believe that moving your content in both places even, right? But moving your content to where more eyes and more visibility gets on it, one, it's going to boost your confidence as well. And two, your team will start to see that it's important to share and it's valuable and it's helpful. And so I think that, and maybe working on some new consultant systems to get them onboarded without abandoning your personal business. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And we can work on that together too. So
Okay.
you're not alone. It happens. It's very normal. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it is something that can improve. So,
And I think a few of them are on the True Life page, but I don't see them on there that often.
yeah. And
So I think, yeah.
I
So,
would think it's probably because maybe they're not comfortable, or maybe they're not working their business. And so the team pages aren't a priority to them, right? Maybe they turn off the notifications or they don't even check it. And that's normal too, we can't want it for them more than they want it for themselves. And so my suggestion would go right back to just focus on your own personal business. Let them know you're here for them. If they have any questions, let you know, but then you need to go work on high PRV and sponsoring.
Okay.
Anyone
Thank
else?
you.
You're welcome. Does anyone have any questions, comments, confusions, struggle areas that we can help you navigate? No? Okay.
I have a question, actually.
Yeah, sure.
I have a party going on right now. My host is doing everything she needs to do. She's posting, she's even posting pictures herself, posting what products that she already has, that kind of stuff. But I've only had, I think, 3 orders from it. Not a lot of interaction on my posts. So I'm just trying to figure out what else I can do to try, because I want her to get the rewards. She's doing so good and she's a great customer of mine. So I want to try boost those sales.
I was going to hand it off to you, Bree, because you're really good at Facebook parties.
Well, and that's not to say that they don't flop sometimes, but I'm literally smack dab in the middle of the same scenario. So one of the things that I decided to do last minute is I'm going to go live tomorrow and show all of the new stuff that we got with our Grow with the Flow kit, and do the live video of that. Hopefully that brings in some things. But what I always tell my hostesses, no matter what, I want them to get the rewards, but obviously I also believe timing is everything. And that goes for customers, that goes for parties, and we can have the best of intentions and people can do everything that they're supposed to do and it can still fall short. And so you need to not put that on yourself and not put that on the hostess, obviously, because she's doing everything she needs to do. And so my next suggestion inside the party would be to go live with your stuff. And then I watched Wendy's video last night when she did the United We Rise on the Facebook parties. And I was like, wow, she came up with some really cool stuff that I wanted to implement. And that's literally what I did last night. I took some videos of me changing my wax and doing the diffuser thing, posted them on the page today. Did it get a whole lot of interaction? No, but now I have those videos to show for later. And so if the party still does not do well by the time you decide to close it, I always still give my hostesses something, and I always ask them if they'd be willing to rebook at a later time, and just remind them that timing matters and it's not on them and the date that they picked. It's just, maybe it's just a weird season right now with going back to school or whatever the case may be, and add those orders to your party and then get rewards that you can give her, or ask them if they want to pay shipping and you can leave the party link open and she can continue to share it and just
Okay.
extend it.
Yeah, it's a qualifying party right now.
Oh, perfect.
It just hit qualifying, like she just got to that. So that in that aspect, it's fine because I know she'll get something. But like the first couple of days, it had a ton of interaction of like people, or I started it right before the new catalog, so I was sharing stuff. And then once Saturday came, I shared the link and I said, okay, now you can go grab your goodies, that kind of thing. So it's just, I know Facebook parties are a hit and miss kind of thing. So I've had parties that have done $600 and been amazing. And then I've had some that have had nothing. So
It happens.
I'm ready
It
to
happens.
begin.
Yeah, I think it totally happens. You're right. Some are awesome, some flop. And it looks like you've got one that's a little bit in between.
Yeah.
And I think towards the end of the party too, have her text people who are interactive on the group or event and just let them know like, hey, tomorrow's the last day to order. Here's the link. If you send out like fun mail to your PWS orders, I don't know if you do that or not.
Yeah, I do.
Have your hostess tell them like she sends you a free gift with every order. And then that way it gives them kind of an incentive to shop.
Okay.
What I would
Can I add something
Sure.
that might help? I heard this on another party. My last Facebook party that I had, she had an $800 party, and she was very active in her on her page with her friends. But every time someone orders something, I would post a picture of what they ordered.
Okay.
And I would say, so and so, you're going to love this fragrance flower. You're going to love this fan. And I would say something about it. And sure enough, someone else, as soon as she ordered it, someone else would order right after her.
Okay.
So I did see that on someone else's Facebook training. And they did say, post a picture of everything that the first person buys. And it does help the other guests get involved and excited because they see she got it. And
I think that just
they
kind
have a
of
visual.
reiterates the sharing aspect because literally sharing is what has done the most. I mean, whenever I worked a lot more. I'm a bartender. I don't know if a lot of y'all know because we don't always talk, but I worked a lot more than I do now. And the difference was being at work and not being at home, with my Scentsy, just sharing my Scentsy. Yeah, talking about it could have done a little bit here and there. But I mean, when I was home and I was sharing all the time, every single day, everything I used, that I literally was using it with everything. I mean, I feel like that's kind of where that correlates with that, where you're like also sharing on that party page. You're not just selling in a sense. You're sharing that people are excited and ordering and the different things that people are ordering in case other people do order wax all the time or pods all the time. They're going to see the difference. Like, I didn't even know you had a fragrance pad. People don't look at stuff unless you show it to them.
Yeah.
So think that's where that kind of helps that too.
I have something to add too. So I had a Facebook party that's ending right now and had started right before the new catalog launched. And I wasn't getting any orders at first. And once I got that first order, I did that. I posted about it saying like, thanks for your order. You're really going to love this. And then I also added help Darcy out. She's only this much away from her rewards. And I kept up with that every order that I got. And I feel like I was getting more and more orders every time that I was posting that, like showing them like, hey, the reason for this is so that Darcy can get rewards and she's only this much more away. Can you try to help her out? Like I kind of pumped up the people in the party to like help, their friend out. And I posted like pictures of my son and was like, Fox says that, to help his mom's friend get some free Scentsy and stuff like that, and people liked that.
Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.
Yep, those are good tips. I feel like there's something to be said about parties and sharing what other people are getting and sharing what other people are excited about. People all of a sudden feel like, oh my God, I need that too, right? And, I've noticed the same. Like if you guys watch my Instagram stories, whenever I get like a website order or even like a workstation, close a party or something, I screenshot it and kind of crop it and show what my customers ordered and I thank them. And it's funny because one, that gets me reoccurring orders of like those products. And two, they're usually buying the things that I'm showcasing a lot, like Scentsy Fresh, the dog spray, certain fragrances that I love. And so it's true when they say like what you love is what you'll sell. And then, same for other people, what they're buying and they're excited about, that brings attention in. So I really like that. I think that's a really awesome tip. So thank you guys. Anything else, guys? What's, any other questions or struggles, or anyone want to share their goals or anything?
So I'm fairly new. I started less than 2 months ago. And I'm one of those people where I have to put out into the universe what my goals are. I feel like that just kind of helps me. Like I spoke it into the universe. I can't backtrack on it. So if you guys don't mind, I just kind of want to put mine out into the universe and have other people hear me as opposed to just saying it to myself. So currently right now I'm certified and I'm in the process of trying to become lead. My first recruit just started yesterday and we flipped her party. So she is already active for this month. And I'm already at my 500 personal. So I know that I have to get my our GWV to 1,000. So that's what I'm working on between her and I, just getting that so that I can become lead. My goal is to do that by the end of this month. So by the end of August, start of September, I want to be lead consultant.
Love it. I mean, you're literally well on your way there. Not only that, but I'm sure if you haven't earned Sensational Start Level 1 already, that you're going to, because that's amazing. And also, if you can book more parties and flip more parties, even one more this month, you're going to highly increase the potential, or like, I could almost guarantee that if you can recruit one more person and flip it, that you'd be like all the way to lead, possibly even possible for star. So that's awesome. I'm totally in the same boat. I like to speak my goals out into existence and put them out into the universe so I have some accountability. So I love that. And I think you're well on your way.
Thanks. Yeah. So right now I've already actually by myself hit level 2 for the Sensational Start. So also in the process of trying to get to level 3, but that's obviously going to take a little bit more time. Hopefully by the end of September. I do have another person who's interested, but she's in the process of moving to Oregon. So that one's kind of put on hold. So hopefully soon, fingers crossed.
Dang, that's so awesome. Congrats, girl. I think that you are going to have no problem getting there. And even level 3, if you can get, I think, one more, if you're already at level 2 with PRV alone, then if you can just get one more person active, then you'll have Sensational Start level 3, which is a huge, I mean, level 2 is amazing, but level 3 is a dang huge accomplishment. So you're going to get it. I can already tell. So, okay, y'all, that's awesome. Anyone else want to share their goals, struggles, questions? I wonder.
Speak it.
Yeah, go ahead, girl.
So I'm a star right now. My team, I think it's at 13, I believe. I've been close to promoting twice, and it's driving me nuts because I know I can do it. So that's my goal, is by the end of the month. And my group volumes are over 1,000 a month. So this will be my month to promote. And I know who knows. I've been trying so hard to get it, but I've just come short the last few months. So that's my goal for this month. Are you showing them? I think you're muted, Alex.
Okay, sorry, y'all. I was gonna say this is the perfect month for promotions too, because we are at the very beginning of our fall catalog. People are really excited, so I think that's awesome. I would recommend have a party and try to flip it. Growing your front line is like one of the most important things that you can do, especially when you're gunning for promotion. So you're not just, you know, relying on your team, the same people month after month. So, yeah, girl, you're totally, you got this. It's gonna be.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else gunning for a promotion this month? Have any questions?
I do.
Is that you, Salida? Oh, Melissa?
Yeah, hi
Okay,
guys.
hey girl.
This is my first time joining.
Hold on. Can everybody else mute their mics, please?
I'm trying. Salida, do you see a mute button on yours? It's not
Sorry.
letting me.
Go ahead, Melissa.
Sorry, we were at the lake, so I'm in my bathing suit, so I apologize. I'm like a mess. So I just want to, first of all, I want to thank you guys for always being so encouraging. And I was trying to like hurry with dinner so I could join the call because this was my first time joining you guys. Brianna is always so encouraging, and I hit the door running with my Scentsy business, and I just am having so much fun. But I feel kind of like everyone else. I don't know. I want to recruit, and I'm just have not been successful at it. And I don't know what to do to, I'm not sure. You know, I don't want to be pushy. I want to be organic. I want to be myself, which I try to be. And I share the product because I love it. Just like everyone says, sharing, you know, and I love that. I just need some more tips. I just don't know what to do. I'm just kind of at a, I don't know, because I would love to grow, you know, and see what I can do with this and earn an incentive trip and all of that. And I've been doing well with my PB. I mean, it's been well. I don't know. I would love some encouraging. I don't know. I don't know how not to be pushy. I know that no means next opportunity, and I have to remember that, and I have to remember that it's not right for everybody. I just don't know how to recruit new people. I don't know. I'm not sure. So that's my question. If anyone has any tips.
Bree, do you want to share any tips? My tip would be to remember that most of the time finding VIP customers. I feel like a lot of the times we think that when we recruit, it has to be people outside of our customer base, when in reality, the best consultants are your customers, sometimes your best customers. And so don't be afraid to ask the people who are purchasing from you, like, have you ever thought about joining Scentsy? Like, you would definitely benefit from the discount, and you get paid on any sales that you make. I like to keep it as simple as that. You would benefit from the discount, and you get paid on any sales that you make, because sometimes people don't even know we make money with Scentsy. They think we just get free and half off Scentsy. And so I would recommend every order you get for local orders or even PWS orders, just ask them, thank you so much for your order. I love that scent. Have you ever considered joining Scentsy though? You would definitely benefit from the discount, and you get paid on any sales that you make. And let them see, like, let them tell you no, or let them see, because usually they're going to tell you like what their fear is, right? Like, I don't know enough people, I'm not salesy, I don't have enough time, etc. And that gives you more to go off of. And in those instances, you could say something like, you relate to them, but then you bust the excuse, or you give them the opportunity to work through the excuse. So like, I get it, I'm super busy too. Thankfully, I built my business in 15-minute sprints, and I've taught my team to do the same. If that's something that you could do, would you be interested in it? And you're like kind of giving them, or like, if I helped you do that, would that, ease your mind or whatever, right? You kind of walk them through it. But I just say, like, let people tell you no, and usually it leads to more conversation. But I'll let Brie go on that too, because I know sometimes recruiting comes in waves too. So I'll pass that to you, Brie.
Well, and me and Melissa have talked about this, and my biggest thing with recruiting, I feel like, because it's been part of my journey for the longest time, I didn't ask people to be a part of my team, because when I joined Scentsy, I didn't want a team. I didn't want to recruit people. I felt a certain kind of way about that, to be honest with you. And so I wasn't asking people to join my team, but what I recognized is that inside my consistency, inside my sharing, inside my love for Scentsy, people were watching me, and they wanted to be a part of that. And so, I feel like that, first of all, don't try to be authentic. You are authentic, okay? And so if you are just being you, that you don't have to strive to try to be something more than that. You sharing what you love about Scentsy, you continuing to be who you are on social media, have conversations with people, and yeah, ask your best customers. That's all great, but also understand that like we were talking about with parties, there's a season for everything, and it's going to feel like you're going to go through months of no's, or a month of no, or whatever, and every conversation is just going to lead you away, and then all of the sudden, the people who you didn't get a chance to talk to, or those same people who told you no, are going to continue to watch you be authentic, share your Scentsy, share your love for it, talk about your paychecks. All of those things are going to continue to happen, and in that, they're going to start to go, okay, wait a minute, hold on, I'm noticing something, and I kind of want to be a part of it. And then you'll have people asking you about the opportunity. And I know that because we're in an incentive period, and I know your heart, and a lot of girls here, we get that impatient anxiousness feeling of like, I do want to grow my team, I do want to recruit more people, and I think these people would be really great at it. But just like with a lot of what happens in our life, sometimes the beauty is in the waiting, and God is telling us, okay, wait a second, we have growing here that we need to do. There's seeds that is being planted behind the scenes, and those people will come to you when it's time. That doesn't mean stop having conversations with other people, but that means there will be a season where you'll have people coming to you being like, Melissa, I've watched you for 6 months do your thing with Scentsy, and now I'm interested. And it's going to be an amazing feeling, because you're going to see that the consistency is what paid off. So that's always going to be my back end to that response of recruiting, is when you're having the conversations, which I know you are asking, okay, so now just still be consistent, still stay the path, because being pushy isn't the answer. We're never going to tell you to be pushy. We're never going to tell you to cold message people. That's just never the way. And that's not authentic to who you are or anybody else. So being cold messaging people is not authentic. So we're going to stay away from that. And so you're just going to continue to be who you are and show people your love for Scentsy. And the more that you do that and the longer that happens, people are going to continue to come to you and be like, hey, okay, now I'm interested. So stay the course, steady as she goes. You have those conversations inside of those follow-up messages, whatever, with your best customers. Keep doing that. Keep planting seeds, but also understand that consistency and continuing to share will be where it pays off.
Kind of going off what Bree just said about staying true to yourself, I will say the last 3 people that have joined my team have solely been from me sharing on my Instagram stories. And even if it's just sharing products, I've had people message me like, you know what, that looks like it's fun. Like, give me some more information, or you know what, let me just sign up today and try it out myself. I really haven't reached out to anybody just because it just makes me nervous. But just sharing every day on my story, on my stories, and sharing what Scentsy is doing for me and my family, people are watching you, regardless of if you get messages right away or if it takes you 3 months, 6 months, a year to get that message. They're still watching you. They're paying attention to everything you post, every product you post. Thank you. Every post that says, oh, thank you, Scentsy, for this. Or like today I posted my Grow with the Flow goodies that arrived. People are watching those stories, and it's going to be the same people watching those stories. And eventually those people are going to message you and say, hey, I'd like a little bit more information because that looks like fun. So just continue sharing and share everything because everyone's watching.
Boom, girl. That is the truth, Charlotte. And man, I cannot say enough about Instagram stories, especially if you were active on Instagram previous and then you and I'm not saying if you weren't that Instagram stories won't work for you, but you guys, I've had Instagram for so long. I started using my stories maybe 1.5 years ago consistently, and especially with this pandemic, since late February to right now, my business, my customer base, the eyes on my business, the people messaging me saying, I love your stories, asking questions about products, saying they want to order, regardless if they actually go to the link and fulfill their order, or people asking me questions about Scentsy and joining and what comes in the starter kit and how does it work. You guys, I cannot say enough about being consistent on Instagram stories. It has completely grown my business. Where previously most of my stuff was happening in my VIP group, now I can honestly say it's like 60% in my VIP group, 40% on Instagram if we're talking social media. Of course, there's following up and other things, but social media wise, y'all, Instagram stories are awesome. Stay consistent with them. Share your life and Scentsy. I love Instagram stories because you can kind of go like balls to the wall with Scentsy, for real. You can just share, and people watch, guys. And it's a really great way for people. Like, I know Salita, she's like smiling because like I know she was always watching my Instagram stories, but like it's a great way to show people that Scentsy is a lifestyle, y'all. Like, this is a lifestyle. It's not a product we're selling. It is a lifestyle. There is something for every part of your life. Your kids, your family can be involved. Like, it's a lifestyle. And so I feel like the moment we like come to terms with that and we live the lifestyle and remember to share that lifestyle, people are so attracted to it. Regardless if they join off the jump or not, they are watching and you are inspiring them, and you just have to roll with it. You really do, because consistency is the name of the game for sure.
So I got my first recruit off of Instagram because I know her. I've never met her in person, but I've been friends with her on social media for like 10 years. But I started sharing in May when we had the $20 join special, and she messaged me. Like I didn't reach out to her personally because I knew she had tried a couple other direct sales stuff. And Connor wants to say hi. Hold on. Come here. Say hi. It's Alex right there. Okay, he told me to tell you to say hi, but now he's
Oh, hi,
being
Connor.
shy.
Hey, buddy.
See? There, you can come in. Nobody's going to be mad. Oh, okay. It's very late here. So, and then he is my best recruit. So I would say, like, if you have kids, get them involved. See, Sarah is smiling because who recruited Miss Sarah? This one. Sarah came over to our house and he did my why you should join spiel. And he also did it with Val, who we dropped some stuff off at her house. And he was like, why don't you just sell Scentsy? It's fun and you get paid for it. And so he's like my number one recruit now.
Yeah,
Right?
Connor's like a Scentsy pro.
He just asked if he was Sarah's boss. And I was like, of course you are.
That's awesome. Connor, you're awesome, buddy.
But yeah, I mean, I went from not having a team May 1st to what? Our team is 12 now, I think. Like I literally was like certified consultant with no team members on May 1st. And now I'm superstar consultant. But I, like Alex said, and that's what I was going to say originally too, is I recruited all of my best customers. Like Dolores was my number one customer, like for PRV. And I wasn't afraid to say, no, absolutely join my team. You should be doing this, because once she joined my team and my other top customers joined my team, like they got awesome numbers, and that's when I started promoting. So you can't be afraid to lose PRV, because really you're going to gain a whole lot more. Yes. Yes.
I totally agree. And there's something to be said about recruiting your best customers, because if they love Scentsy already, imagine how awesome they can share it. And imagine, like, it's literally a win for everyone. And a top performing team member will pay you back month after month after month, whereas PRV is just for 1 month. So yeah, you guys, customers make the best recruits. Honestly, you can't be afraid of losing them as customers, because then you get them as team members, and it's such a like stronger bond, I feel like, too.
Yeah, my most recent recruit was my biggest customer. Well, probably, I mean, I don't have a large front line at all, but I have 3, and 2 out of, well, I mean, my mom is on my front line, so I mean, of course, she bought in the beginning, but my 2 that weren't family, they were my biggest customers, and then now they've stuck on my front line. I mean, Gretchen's new, so she's been for a couple months, but I know she's gonna stick on my front line. And my other front line, I mean, she was in the beginning. Brooke, she had my biggest customer as well, so it's just proof is in the pudding, you know.
Yep, sure is. And Gretchen's killing it, right? It's like she's doing so awesome, and she's recruiting, and so that just goes to show
And we
you.
never talked about it before. Like I
Yeah.
just asked her because
Yeah.
she loved all the big things, Star
she's-
Wars, everything.
Right,
So,
and she's like totally rocking it. And so that goes to show that your best customers, they know the ins and outs of Scentsy. They love it. They buy it. They buy it full price. So giving them the
she was
opportunity.
even a random customer, so it's like you never know. You never know.
You met her, like, y'all got to know each other from the PWS locator, right? That's how she ordered from you.
Yep.
Yep.
She ordered off last year, October, I
Yep.
think it was, October, November, and then she just been a customer since then. And I mean, of course, it definitely falls under your follow-up, your business as
Yep.
well. I mean, you can't just have I've had orders that were over $100 randomly, even with my follow-up, and then never again did I hear from them. And I mean, that's going to happen too. But the better your follow-up is, and maybe it could have been my follow-up game at the time. Maybe I thought it was okay, and of course you evolve and change things up, and you get better. I mean, you're gonna change it up I don't even know, 3 months. I feel like I change something here and there at least every other month. Or you go back, or you do it better, or you just trial error
Yep.
the whole time.
It's all about trial and error, baby. You're going to try a bunch of things. Like, oh my gosh, in the 5 years that I have been with Scentsy, the amount of things I have tried, and they evolve and they change. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. And the thing I love about Scentsy, you guys, and I've been saying this so much lately, but it's true, is that these are all skills that you can learn. Literally. Like, if you don't know how to do something, you can learn. And as long as you're willing to learn and then take it a step further and implement the things you're learning, like actually do them, actually show up, don't give up. If you commit to that, your business will grow. That, and I swear, guys, just stay the course. Just stay the course and your business will grow. Scentsy is a long haul thing. It will reward you if you stay the course and you work your business. I promise you guys. It really will. So, okay, guys, we're sitting here a little over an hour. So, does anyone have anything else to say? Otherwise, I think that we should, um, kind of cut it down for tonight and hang out again tomorrow on the True Life page. Good night, Connor. Have a good night, buddy. Anyone else before we get going? No? Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for jumping on. The incentive tracker is live on your workstation. So if you are working to earn this Disney incentive trip for you, your spouse, your friends, your family, you can earn up to 5 additional, you plus 5, right? Bree, you plus 5. You can earn a spot for yourself and 5 other people if you work your booty off. But you guys, even if you land on level 1 or 2 or almost level 1 or wherever it is, it's awesome. You can track your progress and learn all about it on the incentive tab. If you need help, get with your sponsor or your director or your star director and we will help you guys. But I love y'all so very much. I'm going to get this uploaded to YouTube some point tomorrow so we can share with our teams who were not able to jump on. But I love y'all and you guys are awesome. And I will let y'all know when the next True Life Tuesday will be, probably on the 18th, not next week, but the following. So we'll plan for it and we'll talk later. Okay, guys? See you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Love you guys.